Special thanks to Patreon supporter Zackary Schejbal for making this video possible.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the M915 6x4 semi-tractor. The M915 is a tractor unit used for line haul missions by the United States Army. Designed for use on improved roads, it does not have a front-driven axle. The vehicle itself was first introduced in the late 1970s and is still currently seeing service, with the latest version being the M915A5, which is basically an up-armored and slightly kind of improved version of this truck. It's basically just designed to be a truck to tow various different equipment pieces, cargo, trailers, equipment basically around, and basically serves as a logistics vehicle. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting little vehicle, and we don't have too many of these types of logistic vehicles, so I think it's a fun one to definitely add to our worlds. The one we have here is the M915, the kind of standard first edition of it. The M915s being a little bit different, as they are kind of more up-armored and a little bit more modernized, but same kind of general idea with this truck. I think it came out really good and is going to make a cool addition to maybe some convoys, towing various trailers that we'll release in the future, or just serving as a logistics vehicle around your military bases or something like that. Anyways, before we go ahead and take a look at the vehicle, I want to give special thanks to Patreon supporter Zackary Schejbal for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more you guys are due, feel free to check our Patreon page. Link is down in the description, where you can post a small amount to the channel every month or any vehicle request of your choosing, depending on which tier you sub to. Helps support my work on the channel and continues to, keep it going and all that. So it's much appreciated. You can do whatever vehicle request depending on which tier you sub to. So some benefits there. Anyways, let's go and take a look at this vehicle here to see exactly what we're going to be going ahead and building, and we'll move into the tutorial from there. So, start off with, we have obviously the front here of the truck. It's got the grill up here. It has like this kind of front bars and stuff like that on it. Bumper, and we work our way back. We have the cab itself, which came up pretty good. Hazard lights, the horns on top here, and basically just the cab itself. On the back here, it does have a little crane winch, which I'm not exactly sure the full purpose of, but it does have it, so that is present on this vehicle as well. And as we work our way back here, we have basically the hitch here and the rear of the truck. So it's pretty straightforward stuff and nothing too crazy for this vehicle, but a really nice design and a great logistics vehicle to add around your military bases. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, go ahead and move it into our first layer, and go ahead and start off with layer 1 for the build. For layer 1, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to be going ahead and placing down 2 narrow brick stairs back to back like this to go ahead and create our right front wheel. Coming off the narrow brick stair here, we're going to place down an iron trapdoor, polished andesite top slab, iron trapdoor, and then a narrow brick upside down stair with a stair coming off the back of it like so, to go ahead and make our front axle. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and go from the polished andesite slab there in the middle, and we're going to take our iron trapdoors. We're going to run it back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 iron trapdoors back. We're going to place down a polished andesite top slab, iron trapdoor to both sides, and then again a narrow brick upside down stair to both sides, and a stair coming off the back of the stair to go and make our second axle back here. We're going to go ahead and place down another iron trapdoor right here, followed by a polished andesite top slab, iron trapdoor to both sides of that top slab, and we're going to go then take our narrow brick stairs and again place down an upside down stair and a stair coming off the back of it, like so. After that's done, that's pretty much it for our chassis here, and we're going to go ahead and move into basically some of the stuff here in the midsection. Now for this, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a block that we can easily delete later so we can tell apart from the build. We're going to go ahead and place down the placeholder block right here, and then coming off on the left side, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 dark oak trapdoors, and then a dark oak sign coming off this first trapdoor up here toward the front. On the other side, the right side here, it's going to be slightly different. So for this side here, we're going to place down a placeholder block here, and then 2 dark oak slabs that go back, and then a dark oak sign coming off this trapdoor like that near the front there. Once that's complete there, we're going to go and grab an iron trapdoor, and we're going to place down an iron trapdoor coming off this one right here to the right side. And with that done, that is going to basically complete this layer. This is what it should look like from up above here. pretty simple, straightforward stuff. And with that, we're going to go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 2. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer 2. For layer 2, what we're going to do to get started here is we're going to place down 2 narrow brick stairs on top of these 2 narrow brick upside stairs here to both sides here for the front wheels, and also for the back ones here, just like that. We're also going to go ahead and basically apply this to every wheel, and we'll get basically our wheelbase, or our wheels complete here for the vehicle. We're going to go and go to our front here, and we're going to go and start working our way basically out with the inside here, the main meat of this layer. So to begin with, we're going to place down an anvil on top of this polished andesite top slab, followed by a stone brick wall to both sides. We want to go ahead and then take our dark oak wood slabs. We're going to place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood top slabs across, going toward the front here, and we're going to then place down a row of 5 going across the front as well. On the side of this row of 5 of dark oak wood top slabs, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign, followed by a dark oak wood trapdoor coming off these slabs here to both sides, and one also in the middle there. And then we want to place down a zombie head coming off those 2 dark oak wood slabs, just like that for the front there. After that, we want to go then take our dark oak wood top slabs. We're going to go and place down a row of 3 across the middle here, followed by a second row of 3, a third row, a fourth row, a fifth row, and then a 6th row of 3, going all the way across. And we're going to go and then take our green terracotta. We're going to place down a row of 3 of green terracotta across that middle space like so. Once that's done, we're going to go and then grab ourselves a green shulker box. We're going to place down a green shulker box coming off the side here of this, or sorry, my bad, a green shulker box facing this direction, followed by a dark oak wood upside down stair. So we'll go and grab one of those real quick. So dark oak wood upside down stair, a green terracotta block, and then a green shulker box like that along the sides here. Now once you have that done, we're going to go and then grab our dark oak wood trapdoors. We're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor on this side of the shulker box, and then one right here on the side as well. On this upside down stair, we're going to place down a sign, and then a row of 2 dark oak wood trapdoors closed like so, and then a trapdoor right here on the end. Or sorry, my bad, we're going to leave the end alone like that. And then lastly, for the left side here, we're going to place down a brick wall, which is going to go in this spot right here. Now after that's done, we're going to go and then focus our attention here to basically the right side. So for the right side here, we're going to start off by taking our dark oak wood stairs, and on top of these 2 dark oak wood trapdoors, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood upside down stairs. And then come off the stair here toward the front, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor, close it so it looks something like that. We then want to go ahead and place down a polished andesite slab, coming off of it to the side there, and then we're going to place down a skeleton skull coming off that polished andesite slab. So like this, and then right here, we're going to have a shulker box next to it, and on the side of the shulker box, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign. After that's complete there, going ahead and focus our attention back to the inside of the chassis here. We're going to go and place down a dark oak wood fence gate, going back from this green terracotta box there on both sides. We then want to go ahead and place down a anvil here on the center polished andesite slab, and then a polished andesite slab to both sides of that anvil. And then on the back here, we're just going to take our mossy cobblestone walls, and we're going to place down a row of 3 of mossy cobblestone walls across the back here. Now with that done, we want to go ahead and then take our stone brick walls. We're going to place down a stone brick wall coming off the middle mossy cobblestone wall, and then a zombie head coming off of that stone brick wall. To both sides of this stone brick wall, we're going to place down a stone brick fence, or a dark oak wood fence gate, and we're going to have this opened up toward the mossy cobblestone walls. And then coming off of the, basically the trapdoor of the fence gates here, at an angle like so, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor and close it like so. Same thing over here, just like that. And then off the trapdoors, we want to go in very simply just place down a black banner. We're going to go and then go into our creative menu. We're going to go and grab ourselves a item frame, and we're also going to need some red stained glass. We're going to go and go to the mossy cobblestone walls here and place down 2 item frames and red stained glass in those item frames like that for the rear brake lights. And with that all complete there, that is going to wrap up the main portion of our vehicle here. I'm going to move into showing you guys an optional addition you can do to the build, which is basically putting the banners on these wheels here to kind of give it a more proper wheel type look. They're optional. Some people like it, some people don't, so it's kind of up to you guys if you want to add it or not, but I'm going to show you guys how to make them so that you can add them if you do want them. So with that, let's move into those banner wheels. Alright guys, so to go ahead and make these banner wheels, they're pretty simple. All we're going to do is place down a loom. We're going to go into our loom, we're going to place down a black banner in our loom, and we're going to take our green die and place it in the green die slot. For this first banner, we're going to go and do the line here on the left side, and we're going to go and grab it, and we have a banner here with a green line to the left side. We're going to go and take our second black banner, and we're going to go and do the same thing. So a line here this time on the right side. We're going to go and start off with our left side, for our green line on the left side for our banner, and we're going to place the black guy into our loom. We're going to go and select the bottom left square and the top left square like that in the corners, and we're going to create a design that looks like this. We're going to go do the same thing for the right side banner, but this time the bottom right, and then the top right, like that. And we get two banners that look just like this, and we're going to go and place them down on each one of these nether brick wheels, or basically nether brick stairs like this, next to each other, with the green facing each other like this to go and create our wheel design here. And again, it's completely optional, it just adds a nice kind of aesthetic, I think, to the wheels. It makes them look a little bit more like wheels. So that's pretty much it for that, and that right there will conclude layer number 2 for the build. Let's move into layer number 3. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go to the tops here of these dark oak wood top slabs. We're going to place down a dark oak wood stair to both sides. Coming off the front of the stairs, we're going to place down an item frame with a snowball in the item frame like so. We then want to go ahead and take our looms, and we're going to place down a row of 3 of looms across the front here. Coming off the looms here, or the ones on the sides here, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood fence gates and open them up toward the looms like that. In the middle space here, we're going to place down an end rod, and then we want to place down our dark oak wood fence gate, coming off the fence gates there to both sides like so. After that's done, we're going to place down a row of 3 of, a green terracotta block in the middle here, and then an anvil to both sides. We then want to go ahead and place down a green terracotta block in the middle, and a stone brick wall to both sides, like that. After that's done, we're going to then take our dark oak wood slabs. We're going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 dark oak wood top slabs on the side here, same thing over here, 1 and 2. And we're going to then place down a dark oak wood stair. So just like this to both sides. On the side of the stair, we're going to grab a dark oak wood sign, and we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign. Same thing over here as well. And in the space in between these dark oak wood stairs, we're going to place down a row of 3 of green terracotta blocks. We're going to then place down 3 more rows of 3 of green terracotta blocks going back. And along the sides here of these 3 green terracotta blocks, we're going to place down 3 dark oak wood top slabs. Same thing over here on this side as well. And along all those dark oak wood top slabs, we're going to place down 3 dark oak wood signs, and then 1 sign here on the corner, like so. Same thing over here, all the way around like that. On the back side here, we're going to place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood top slabs coming off those green terracotta blocks like so. And we're going to go and then take our dark oak wood trapdoors, and we're going to place down basically 2 rows of 3 there of dark oak wood trapdoors. For this back section here, we're going to place down a black concrete block here in the middle, followed by a nether brick fence post, or nether brick wall to both sides, followed by a nether brick slab going back from those walls, and then a daylight detector going back from the nether brick slabs. And then in between the daylight detectors here, on that mossy cobblestone wall, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor and close it like so. And that right there will make the back hitch here, where our trailers we can add onto this vehicle will connect to. And that right there is going to wrap up everything for this layer. Just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. And actually, one thing we are going to add is over here on the right side. On top of this skeleton skull, we're actually going to replace this sign with a nether brick wall instead. So that's going to be over there on the right side and the right side only. Anyways, that right there is going to be it for layer number 3. With that, let's go and move into layer number 4. Okay, let's move into our next layer. We have layer number 4. For layer 4, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to take our looms, and we're going to place down a row 3 of looms across the top there. On both sides of this row 3, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate to both sides like that, and have it opened up toward it like that. After that, we're going to then place down a green carpet here on the center end rod, and then an end rod on top of these 2 dark oak wood fence gates to both sides. And just so we don't forget to do it later, we're going to place down a green carpet on top of this one, like so. So it should create something that looks like this here for the front. After that, we're going to take our green terracotta, we're going to place down a row of 3 of green terracotta across on both sides of this row of 3. We're going to place down a item frame with a black stained glass pane in the item frame, like so. We also want to go ahead and grab ourselves a acacia wood button, and we're going to place down an acacia wood button on top of this dark oak wood slab. Once that's done, we're going to place down a additional 2 rows of 3 of green terracotta going across, and then we're going to place down 2 mossy cobblestone walls on both ends of those 2 rows of 3 of green terracotta. We then want to place down a row of 5 of green terracotta going across, and we're going to then place down a dark oak wood button on both ends. After that, we're going to go ahead and place down a spruce wood plank to both ends, and then we want to go ahead and go back from this with a mossy cobblestone wall on both ends, and then a row of 3 of green terracotta across the middle space like so. We can also go ahead and grab ourselves some black concrete, and we can go ahead and fill this row in with black concrete, and we can also delete these 3 green terracotta blocks and fill that row in with black concrete as well. If you do want to do an interior, that's pretty much your interior space, so you can try to fit something in the inside here, but for the sake of the tutorial, we're just going to go ahead and completely close it off like so. Once we get to the back here, we do have basically this whole back system, the winch and all that stuff coming into play here. So for this, we're going to go ahead and start off by building our spare tire, which is going to be on the right side. So this rightmost green terracotta block, we're going to place down a brick upside down stair coming off of it, and a stair right next to it. We then want to place down a mossy cobblestone wall, and then a grindstone come off the side of the wall here like so. Come off the grindstone, we're going to place down an item frame, green terracotta block, and a dark oak wood sign like that to go and cover it up. And that right there will pretty much do it there for the winch for this layer. Also over here on the left side, we're going to place down a zombie head coming off this mossy cobblestone wall. And over here to the right side, we're going to have a dark oak wood, a black concrete block on top of that nether brick wall. And we're going to go and then take some stone buttons and wrap around the block like that. And once that's all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have here for layer number 4 for the build. And with that, we'll go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 5. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 5. For layer 5 to go ahead and begin with, we're going to take our daylight detectors, we're going to place down a row 3 across the top here, followed by a dark oak wood fence post on top of these 2 dark oak wood fence gates. And just so we don't forget to do it later, we're just going to go ahead and place down a zombie head here on top of those 2 dark oak wood fence posts, like that, for basically these little side mirrors. After that, we're going to then take our dark oak wood slabs, we're going to place down a row 3 across, followed by a row 3 of dark oak wood stairs, and then a row 3 of green terracotta blocks. On the sides here of the row 3 of green terracotta, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall to both sides. And then on this space right here, we're going to place down a zombie head here at a very slight angle to both sides like that. After that's done, again to the sides here, we're going to place down a green terracotta block to both sides, a spruce wood plank on both sides, mossy cobblestone wall going up on both sides, and a row 3 of green terracotta across the back here. We want to go and then go to the the green terracotta block here. We're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor coming off the side there of it to both sides. We're also going to place down a tripwire hook on both sides of the spruce wood plank. And over here on the left side only, we're going to place down an end rod on top of this zombie head, and then over here to the right side, we're going to place down a black concrete block on top of this one right here. We then want to take our nether brick stairs and place down 2 stairs back to back on top of these 2 nether brick upside down stairs like that for the back here. And we can go ahead and grab our banners, and if you did do the banner wheels, just go ahead and put your banners onto the wheel like that for the back there. For our winch, real simply, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence post that comes up from it, and we're going to then place down an iron bar that comes off the fence post going toward the rear. And with that all complete, that is going to wrap up what we have here for layer number 5 for the build. With that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 6. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 6. For layer 6 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to take our lake ray stained glass, we're going to place down a row 3 across, we're actually going to fill in this space here with 2 rows of 3 of black concrete from the previous layer, so we're just going to fill that in. And then on top of this first row of 3, we're going to place down a row of 5 of light gray stained glass that goes all the way across the front there like so. Once that's done, we're going to place down an end rod coming off both ends of that row of 5, and then a mossy cobblestone wall like this on the very end there. We're going to go then place down an item frame on the mossy cobblestone wall facing toward the rear, followed by a glass pane in the item frame like that to go and make your side mirrors. After that, we're going to go and then take our light gray stained glass, we're going to do another row of 5 all the way across here, followed by a mossy cobblestone wall to both sides, and then a row of 3 of light gray stained glass panes in between, or light gray stained glass full blocks in between those mossy cobblestone walls. After that's done, over here on the left side, we're going to place down a zombie head on top, or coming off this mossy cobblestone wall, and over here to the right side, we're going to place down a black concrete block on top of the one from the previous layer, and we're going to take our stone buttons and wrap around it like so. Also on the back here for the crane, we're going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair, dark oak wood sign on both sides of the stair, and then the zombie head coming off the stair like that toward the back there. And once you have that all done, that's pretty much it for this layer. We're going to go ahead and real quickly dive into our loom, and we're going to be making a few banners here for kind of improving a little bit of the shaping here for the windows around the cab and all that. But with that, let's go ahead and move into making some banners. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving in to make these banners. They're really simple to do. All we're going to do is go into our loom. We're going to take 2 green banners, place it into our loom, and 2 black dye. We're going to go ahead and split our banners in half here of black dye. So one side on the left side here of black, and then our other banner here is going to be on the right side. So we get these 2 banners that look like this. We're going to go ahead and place down each one of these banners back into our loom, and we want to go and then do a line of, basically split the banner in half on the bottom here with green dye. So you get a little banner that looks like this. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing for our second banner, and we get 2 banners that look like this. We're going to go ahead and start off by placing down this banner here on this side, so the black is facing toward the middle here, and then the opposite banner on the opposite side, like so. On the back here, we're going to place down a banner on this light gray stainless block, and it's going to be facing that direction like so, and we can always place that banner right there. So that right there is going to wrap up what we have here for layer 6, and with that, let's move into our last final layers, layers 7, 8, and 9. Alright guys, moving into our last final layers, we have layers 7 through 9. For these layers, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go to our middle 3 light gray stainless blocks, and place down 3 dark oak wood slabs across the middle there. Coming off of each one of these slabs, we're going to place down item frames with orange concrete blocks in those item frames, and then dark oak wood signs along those slabs as well. So you create basically your hazard lights here for the cab. After that's done, we're going to place down a dark oak wood slab here in the middle, followed by an anvil to both sides for basically the big horns that are mounted on top of the truck. And then we want to go ahead and then place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood slabs across the back here. To the sides, we're going to place down a row of 3 of daylight detectors. Same thing over here on this side as well. Then we want to go ahead and go to our side mirrors, and on top of the end rod, we're going to go ahead and place down a green carpet on both sides, and also a green carpet on top of this dark oak wood upside down stair on the back here for your crane. Lastly, we're going to go to this black concrete block. We're going to place down 1 and 2 dark oak wood fence posts up, followed by a wither skeleton skull on the very tip there for your basically exhaust. And with that, that's going to pretty much wrap up my tutorial here for the M915 6x4 semi-tractor. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you guys do use this design, I do ask you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be linked from the side of the build to my channel or this video. It's to your social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. Again, a big thanks to Patreon supporter Zackary Schejbal for making this tutorial possible, and feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions. And that, again, thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been going to do it for, and I'll see you guys next time.